Because it's working in your favor now, you don't have
so
to
I
delete
don't
the
care.
photos.
Now, I had to snatch it by force because the guy were actually trying to play some games, and the youth came and said, hey, if you deny one of our own,
it's going to be trouble.
Yes, it's going to be trouble, and you'll not leave this town. And the guy was scared, so he had to announce the right results.
But why haven't you taken this to court? Because this returning officer, I mean, you have a duty to make sure that this person...
No, when you win an election, why should you take someone
No, but
to court?
it's a duty to make sure that this person does not become...
That is the duty of the police, not mine.
All right,
but you have to file a complaint.
No.
That's fine, but
what will be my complaint? That I've won.
No, my issue is this.
To complain that I've won.
Because your party leader, Raila Odinga, is the ODM party leader.
Right.
He seems to be fighting for procedure, due process, structures, institutions that work. But then your experience on the ground is that, like you say, it's a game. If I can best you and I win this election, it doesn't matter about procedure.
Yeah.
Is that like the general feeling?
When you say procedure, you have to be specific. What procedure?
In terms of, you're talking about people stealing ballots or stuffing ballots or armies of youth. Are these things supposed to happen?
Yeah, they're not supposed to happen. But you know, power, as they say, power is so sweet. I don't know. Some say it's sweet. I don't know what they have been power.
So far, has it been sweet for you?
No, I've not seen anything.
Not yet. Let him be sworn in.
Yeah, so people use all kind of avenues to get into power.
Okay.
And the process, the IBC may have had all the layout procedures of conducting a free election.
That's
but
right.
we are human beings. People start, getting loopholes of stealing. Like in this case, I can give it to the IBC. This time round, the voting exercise was a bit well. The voting exercise.
The voting
The voting exercise.
Yeah. The vote, there was minimum, if any. There was minimum violence. There was, the violence occurred because of somebody is thinking things are going wrong.
Yeah.
But people are walking in, voting peacefully. The vote, that kind of, there was no delay of ballot. The ballots came at 4 p.m. There was a bit of improvement. That one I give it to the IBC. The problem comes with this IT computer. Transmission.
And it's the same IT computers that got you winning. I mean,
I'm telling you, the focus was not on Caleb Amis. The focus was on presidential.
But you've told us, even in your case, there was a problem.
There was a problem, yeah.
Those are always everywhere.
Yeah,
those are everywhere. In fact, in my case, it's because I was now a CS MP. So, of course, I was under pressure to deliver that seat. So, he had to start those games. But
all right.
Mostly, this one focus was on the presidential.
On the presidential?
Yes.
Okay, good. So today is a very, very big day for all the MPs being sworn in at Parliament. In just moments from now, we'll be seeing live pictures from various TV stations and media houses sharing. And you'll be able to see new faces like the one that you're seeing here of Caleb Amisi from Sabauti. Let's have a look at what transpired yesterday. Let's hear it out.
Eleza kama wabunge wetu kesho wataenda bungeni kula viapo vya kuingia kwa ofisi kama wabunge. Tumekubaliana kwa kauli moja ya kwamba wataenda bungeni kesho. We have also had the opportunity to give advice to our members that they must have fidelity to the NASA coalition. And temptations like crossing the floor to look for maendeleo are not things we are encouraging, because we know how to get maendeleo without crossing the floor.
Now, Maendeleo, back to the people of Kenya. You heard there from Moses Wetangula, NASA principal, speaking to the press regarding today's swearing in of the MPs. Now, earlier on, Caleb Amisi told us that it's the people of his constituency that told him to go. But right now, we're seeing something completely different. It's Baba saying, and we follow what Baba says.
Yeah, and remember, they're giving a press conference after consultation. If the media who were there, they were told to have 1 hour outside. We have an in-house keeping, and that's what we deliberated. Everybody was saying, my constituents have thought otherwise. But most of these gentlemen and ladies, they do want to go there and swear in, while Baba is having a case in court. Yeah. Okay. So those were our own personal views. But now remember, we are representing the constituents who elected us. So we have to listen to them what they want. They want us to see us start working immediately.
Speaking of that, Caleb, because one of the first things we had even before this whole swearing in thing was like the salaries. And many people saying that they wanted to raise their salaries even before they've done a day's. Where do you stand on this salaries debate?
Salaries, I don't support them. I think I was not voted in to go and become rich. Me, I think I'm already okay. I was voted in to go and perform and improve the lives of. Remember, I'm a young leader from the village. Of course, I'm a town boy, but I went to vie in the village because that's where the roots of all problems emanate. So I think personally, I don't support them. And remember, this is not about increment of the salary. It is just maintaining the status quo. It was reduced. And guys were saying, even you work in a studio here, you are a journalist, then one day your boss comes here and tells you your salary has been reduced. Your morale will go down.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I don't think for me my morale will go down.
Fine. You'll feel disturbed, maybe for you, but most of your colleagues, I'm sure, they'll feel, let it remain.
But this is
I give it for them. Let it remain.
This is a new contract, like Grace has mentioned it for you.
It's not a new contract.
You've not been in Parliament before.
No. You're getting the wrong thing. The SR is called the
SRC.
Yes, the Sarah Serem-led commission. It was formed to harmonize the salaries of public officers.
Right.
Yes.
And you don't just wake up one day and decide to harmonize on one institution. Yeah, there are parameters which you use to say these PS are supposed to be paid this one and this one, and you give the salaries threshold according to the requisite skills you need these people to perform. And also according to, you don't give salaries to demoralize them so that the input or the government...
The ladies here have got a different opinion. Let's start with you, Grace. Okay, finalize, sir.
Yes, so that the government will not receive the requisite skills because of the low salaries. So whatever Sarah Salem just came up one day, even the MPs were on campaign and they started announcing those new structures. So I can give it for them, my colleagues who are complaining. Maybe they were not psychologically prepared for that law. Remember, people are spending outside there. They spending on campaigns. Some are taking even loan, others are even selling properties, so that they know, eventually, this is my salary in the next 6 months, I'll have return it back. Right. So you should have told them before. And number two, you are also discouraging. Yeah, tell them before.
But that was told before.
It was not. It was during the campaign. It was like a week to election day. If you tell me 2 months to the election, they'll not even go on with those elections. Remember, people are even leaving their plum job. People are leaving UN. People are leaving government offices.
Are they leaving? Are they leaving to come and serve the people, or they're leaving for the salary?
Yeah, but you serve the people as you earn. The service is not free. You serve
the service is not.
Yeah, this is the kind of...
How many plates would you put on the...
It's a law-making job.
It is a job, yes. Let's start with Grace.
So these are my concerns.
Yes.
So first, Sarah Serem doesn't just look at the skill set. It also needs to look at whether it's sustainable. You note when all these salaries were cut down, we saved about 8 billion Kenya shillings. So it was more sustainable for Kenya. Secondly, you're earning over 500,000. That we're not even touching allowances here. So I think that is, give me that 500,000, you'll see me working like no one's business. So I think it's still a good job. It still gives you more than enough for your skill set. And I understand the statement that it was something that almost got you offhand. But you see, my question there is, what is the rationale for you getting this job? Is it to serve the people of Kenya, or is it to attain a salary? Noting that Kenya is one of the highest paying in East Africa.
Okay, from the onset, I said, me personally, I don't support it. I'm okay. Well, now I'm supporting my colleagues because I know they have a point, some of them.